playful, and also kind of maybe hopefully gives you some good ideas about the conflict of research as well, because we're talking about as well how maybe humor is kind of quite a difficult thing to kind of analyze and take apart, and you might kill it by doing it, and how Dave maybe tries to navigate the kind of research aspect and talk about the work and also performing it. So it's going to be a hybrid of both, isn't it?
And this one, this is the half-shoe walk. And this is a piece of, what is the half-shoe walk? Let's look at that. So the half, look at that. Look at that there. That's the half-shoe walk there. Have a look at that. I mean, this is what we're looking at now. This is what can we value this? Is this something that we can value? See that? And look at the way I'm walking too. This is really affecting the way that I'm walking as well. And it's barely nothing. There's nothing to this. And what is it? It's an annoyance. Because the shoe isn't fully on. That's why it's so annoying. And it's not off either. It's sort of half on. And it's half off. And it's just, it's an annoyance. That's an annoyance. And can we actually value this as some kind of artwork in any way? Is this what it's come to now? You know, there's a room in a building where there's a group of like 50 people watching a man go up and down with his shoe half on and half off. And the world was on outside. And so the world is going on outside, a world of, you know, value and purpose. And this is what's happening in here. And what are we to say about this? Is this some kind of, it's not a metaphorical thing or a symbolic thing. It's just an annoyance. That's all it is. It's just nonsense. But then, the other thing is the fact that there's nothing happening almost draws attention to itself. You know, there's nothing really happening, but I'm continuing a monologue. Why am I continuing a monologue? If I was brave, I wouldn't have a monologue. I would just be doing this with my shoe. So what's that saying? That's basically saying insecurity. I'm insecure about this work because I'm doing a monologue. That's what I'm saying about this. I'm keeping a monologue going. I'm not letting there be any breaks. See that? I'm not letting there be a break in this monologue. And it's a wee bit like the philosophical work Schrodinger's cat. Do you know that philosophical piece where they put a cat into a box and they take all the air out of the box, and at one point they can't be sure whether the cat's alive or dead. So the only thing that they can really be sure is Schrodinger is that at some point the cat is alive and dead at the same time. And that's kind of what this is. This is a work. In fact, this is nothing like that. This is absolutely nothing like that. This is exactly the opposite. Let's just forget it. That's enough. But these are some of the books that I'm interested in that I read through and I go back into. This one, The Body in Contemporary Art's really interesting. And some of these books, Capitalist Realism was really important about looking at capitalism and neoliberalism. And that's really important to my practice of what I do as an artist and how I see myself or the prism that I look at the world through. This is a book by Iris Murdoch. The thing that I was interested in this book was an idea of blind faith. And I made a show about blind faith. And blind faith is the idea that you take on this role and you perform a role in your life. So if you are a bus driver, you perform the role of a bus driver. Or if you are a lecturer, you perform the role of a lecturer. Or if you are work at a bank, or whatever it is, or you work at a hotel. So it's that idea of blind faith, and it's an idea of how do we find out possibly who we are or what our personality is. And it's quite an interesting book for those kinds of ideas. And those ideas really influenced a lot of my works about how do I present myself as an artist. You know, some artists present themselves in specific ways. How do I present myself? Or do I engage with that? Or do I try not to engage with those elements? This book by Jung was interesting because it was about the subconscious and generating ideas. So what bubbles up to the conscious from the subconscious? You know, what ideas are within all of the stuff that I'm processing, but that I can't figure out why they're there or why I'm doing something. And that's really useful in artworks. Because you'll end up doing something and think, why am I doing that? And then you've got to, well, this is bubbled up from within possibly my subconscious. This is something that, I feel compelled to do. Perform a work called turning a blind eye, which is a phrase used for ignoring any issue, anything. Turn a blind eye. So I'm going to turn a few blind eyes today. It's quite nice to sort of subtly attack an audience. I want to make some ethos exercises. I'm going to do some ethos exercises. I'm going to do 20 squats for positive environmental reform. Now what you have to do with squat is, that's 10. You've got to try to keep the knees behind the feet, apparently. Does anybody know about squats? It's quite hard actually. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is a workout. That is a workout. I'm going to do 20 push-ups for social equality. These are the things that I believe in. I phoned up the makers of rat traps. Phoned up, give them a call, and said, if you made the holes bigger, people can crawl in. And I said, what? If you made the holes, those like sanitation boxes, if you made those holes bigger, because they're very small, only rats and mice can get in there. And when I'm in the city, I'm going around the city like this. This is how I go around. I go around the city like this, crawling around, and I'm crawling around the city, and then maybe it's raining, and I'm crawling around the city, and sometimes you get to this box, this sanitation box, this rat trap. I was like, why? Why are the holes so small? Because I can't get in, people can't get in, because more people want to get. Well, why would you want to get in? Why do you want to get in there? So then, you've got to question now. You've got to find a solution. Why do I want in? Because I've got ambition. That's why. I don't want to settle for what I have in my life. I'm an ambitious person. That's what I am. And I want better. And I want to get into that rat trap. But the hole is too small. That's the problem. And lots of people would want to get in there. Now, let's just leave that character for now. We'll come back to him. Like, I look at these things and I think, how can I express myself? Or how can I do something that's interesting? Or how can I animate that idea? And I want to crawl around on the ground and shout and do things. And I've seen other performance artists crawling around on the ground as their performance. And I thought, geez, that looks like fun. But then I read in a book of philosophy, the thing about Disneyland is, the interesting thing about Disneyland is outside Disneyland is the same as inside Disneyland, which is quite a fun concept. Because you've got to queue and wait and get involved. And then you come back from Disneyland. And anyone that I've met who's been to Disneyland, there might be some supporters of Disneyland here, but anyone that I've met comes back and complains about Disneyland. And that seems to be how you enjoy Disneyland. You complain about it. Now, what we're going to do today in Positive Nodding Workshop is we're going to throw in a wee question or nod, because you want to keep whoever you're talking to on their toes. You want to keep them on their toes and them thinking, what the heck? What just happened? So how do we do that is we're positively nodding, everything's great, Ellen's excellent. And then we're going to throw in a wee question or nod. This is a wee question or nod. So the wee question or nod is the shoulder comes up, and there's a wee bit of like a wince, and you show a wee bit of your gum, and then you do this. and it's imperceptible, but people see that. People see that question or nod. They don't know what the hell was going on. What's that? What was that? So as we go along, right, let's throw in a wee question. Positive nodding, everything great, yes, eye contact, everything great. 3, 2, 1, throw in a wee question, and then back to positive nodding again. And that keeps whoever you're talking to on their toes. You know, they think they know who you are, now they're like, who the hell is that person? What are they all? So the way I show you that I'm prepared to do things as an artist, as a person, is a very subtle gesture. So this is another subtle gesture. And that's it. That's it there. Look at that. I've rolled up my sleeves, and what that says is that I'm prepared to do things. That's what it says. But it also says I'm quite comfortable with myself. But you see that, you see me and you see that, and you think, all right, there's Sherry, he's prepared to do things. He's prepared to do stuff. Because, you know, I'm comfortable with myself. Because I'm not going to like roll it away up here, like and show off my muscles and stuff. I'm not going to do any of that kind of thing. That's it. Roll the sleeves way up here. I'm just going to roll them to that. And that's all. I mean, I could roll them up. I'll roll them up a wee bit more. And that sort of, you know, states that, you know, now you're looking at me, you're like, oh, this might be a wee bit much, but it's just it's on the line now. That's on the line. You know, because you don't know, maybe, right, he's really going to do something now. He's really good. But that's on the line. But I wouldn't roll them up to anywhere like that, because just that's not on. You know, because that wouldn't be right. So I'm not going to do that. So that's the end of rolling up my sleeves. That's as far as I'm going to go with that. So that's great. But it's not that I'm frightened of rolling them up to them. I'm not frightened of rolling them up to them. Well, maybe I will roll them up to them. Maybe I will roll them up. Maybe I'll roll those sleeves. Maybe I'll roll them up. I don't care. I don't care what anybody thinks about me. Like whether I'm like a big macho man or what. I don't care if people think that about me or not. Honestly, so I'm just going to roll them up. And now I'm rolling them. I'm rolling them and rolling them now. I'm getting to a stage here where I've lost interest in all that stuff I was talking about earlier on. And I'm more interested in these rolls, these kind of donuts now. I'm creating like some kind of sculptural donut with these sleeves. I'm creating a sculptural donut. And as you can see, there's something also happening to the garment. The garment is being stretched, and there's like a tension in the garment, and that's really fascinating too. That's really interesting, isn't it? Look at that. I'm really intrigued by that. That's intriguing, isn't it? There's a certain level of intrigue. But it's restricting the work now. It's restricting where I can go with this work. So I'm going to. Is there anyone? Would you like to help me with this? To take these scissors, okay? Yes, you take these scissors. Because this is being restricted here, I want you just to cut in, because I want to get more rolls, don't I? I want to get more rolls. That's what I want to get more rolls. Yes. And I want you to just cut in there.
Where am I?
In here and in the back. See there at the back? Yeah. So start to cut a little bit. So that, see the way this is come?
Yeah. Oh, okay.
And I need more.
Yeah, you just need more.
I just need a wee bit more. So just cut in there. Cut straight down. Straight down. Yeah, that's allowing me to get a few more rolls. And then in the front. Okay, so straight down in the front there. Straight down there. What's your first name?
I'm saying.
This is really simple. This is really helpful. Keep going. Right, so this is great. So, and then in the back. In the back. Now, hold on. No, the tension's gone. All right, there is some tension. There is some tension there, which is good. Now down the back again, because you can get more rolls. And maybe we're not interested in the tension. Are you interested in the tension anyway? No, like who was interested in the tension of the garment anyway? So maybe we should cut down there.
Okay.
I mean, the tension of the garment was interesting for a time, but that's gone now.
Okay, just keep going.
Yeah, just keep going.
Okay.
And maybe that's it, or maybe a bit more at the back.
Okay. Yeah.
And maybe that's quite good. I mean, what do you think of that as a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, like, I was thinking of just two individual donuts, but that seems to be something there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There seems to be something in that, doesn't there? I mean, okay, thanks, Sam.
Yeah.
That's brilliant. So now I've rolled up my sleeves. That's excellent to roll up your sleeves.